Well, hello again. Just before we get back into the serious stuff, about Burchett and Coulthard and the 62-page amendment on all this UFO ET nonsense. It's never going to work, of course, because it's encapsulating. It's far too big a net. The lawyer has thought, well, okay, we'll cover every possible aspect of this with his 62-page amendment, but it's that's the way to guarantee there's lots of stuff are going to be classified, because UAPs are adversarial terrestrial, and they're not going to want to let people know how they're tracking them or anything like that. So it's ridiculous. What they need to do is separate the ET part from the UAP part and say, okay, we'll have a one-page amendment. Anybody that's got any extraterrestrial, technological or biological material, we want it submitted to Arrow. Simple as that. Anyway, I'm going to make a video about that, a sort of more detailed video about that. First of all, I just want to clarify something, and that is that, oh, by the way, I hope you all had a great Christmas. It's, what is it, 27th today, so hope you all had a great Christmas, and I wish you all the best for the new year, just in case another video doesn't come out before New Year's Eve or New Year's Day. I just wanted to clarify something, two things in fact. One, Neil Peel from the Apollo Defectives was saying, have I chickened out with debating Ben about UFOs and free energy, and it would be a complete waste of time, because everything I said he would counter with it's part of the cover-up. It's science fiction nonsense. And I said to Neil Peel, make it worth. It's not worth talking to Jones. He's not interested in the truth. He's a moron, really. His beliefs tell you that. Queen of England was a shape-shifting lizard from outer space. Come on. Who in their right mind is going to believe that? But I said to Neil Peel, it's not worth talking to Jones. Make it worth my while, and get the Defectives together, and we'll have another go. We'll have another chat about Apollo, and he won't do it. Now, the Apollo Defectives are claiming victory in the chat we had about the Apollo moon missions, which I think is ludicrous. Most people with critical thinking ability would fall about laughing at that. But what they won't do is get their little team together and go another round with me, because they know they were slaughtered. They know they've got no chance against me. They're all petrified of taking me on live. So regardless of what they may say in any of their videos, that's the truth. They are petrified of taking me on live, because they know they're talking a load of crap. Absolute bloody rubbish, and they know it. And I think I've said before, Alan, when he saw the radiation doses for the Apollo crews, he said, oh, that's what they get in low Earth orbit. Now, there was no one there on the spot at the time to say, okay, Marcus, just take the little table showing all the results off the screen and say, what's the average radiation dose for a low Earth orbit mission lasting 10 days? And he'd go, he'd do his, he'd do a pretty good fish impression, because he's got no bloody idea. That's just his knee-jerk reaction. What can I say to counter that? Bang. That's what they get in low Earth orbit. He's got no idea what radiation dose they get in low Earth orbit. But that's how these people work. Whatever you say, they'll counter it with bullshit that they pull out of their backsides. They don't counter it with facts. No fact as such. Anyway, I don't look at Jones's stuff anymore. I don't comment on his channel anymore. I was watching one of his reply videos, and I listed I don't know, half a dozen or more things that I said during the Apollo Defectives encounter with me. They were all correct and they were all fact. Jones read it, and his reply to that was, he's wrong. And then he moved on to the next comment. He didn't address one single factual point that I made. I didn't watch that video beyond that point. I thought this guy is a complete waste of time. You know, if his brain, it's the old saying, his brains were dynamite, he wouldn't have enough to blow his hat off. You know, he's just not very bright. He's got zero understanding of any of this stuff. I thought I didn't watch his video beyond that, and I've never been back to his channel since, because it's all complete and utter rubbish. He keeps peddling it because that's his life. You know, if he took that out of his life, he'd be a fat guy in a basement looking at his shoes, probably wondering about, you know, how he could end it all. So he's just a waste of time. But there's an open invitation for the Apollo Defectives. Anytime you like, we'll go live. Gather your team together, many as you like, and I'll nail you to the floor again. Nail you to the wall, you know, whenever you like. So stop being spineless and hiding behind all your bullshit, and let's go again. Anyone wanna bet how likely that is? I guarantee they won't do it. Guarantee it, because they know they got slaughtered, and they'll get slaughtered again. Now, I was thinking just earlier about, I told them that if they put that table up that showed those satellites not being able to communicate with each other, they're going to look stupid. Well, they used it, and they did. I asked Scott at the time, you know, what frequencies were involved in the fish impression, because he's clueless. He's got no idea about any of this stuff. And the actual graphs, if you look at the graphs, I found the originals of those on some university website, and it relates to a low frequency experiment. Frequencies below 50 kilohertz. Nothing whatsoever to do with Apollo communications, which was microwave. And it just occurred to me that, you know, if any of those morons watch this, just show those graphs to, just trying to think who might know. I mean, Matt Williams, not the sharpest tool in the shed. You know, he's got an intermediate ham radio license, which is the sort of middle one. It's not a unrestricted top of the buzzer license, but he probably understands enough of it to know that they're talking rubbish. So they could ask Matt Williams, and I'm sure Matt Williams would be happy to explain to them that they're talking out of their pimply backsides. So there we go. Anyway, this is just a bit of a ramble. I'm just on my way down to the tip. I've got loads of garden waste in the back, and I've been doing quite a lot in the garden, because I've got a bushy, what they call a bush block. There's lots of trees. I don't know if you can see the background, but a lot of it's sort of like this, you know. It doesn't take long for it to get out of hand, for me to need a pith helmet and a machete to find my way around in the garden, you know. So I've got lots and lots of garden waste that I'm getting rid of. This is the third trip. So there we go. Just a quick ramble on the way to the tip. As I say, I'll make some more interesting stuff. especially relating to the OGA. I mean, why not just subpoena the director of the OGA? Supposedly that's the department that's been getting these alien spacecraft on behalf of the CIA. Simple, isn't it? Just get the director in front of Congress and subpoena him and say, okay, Mr. Director, is this true? Do you have any ET biological or technological samples? I guarantee he's going to go, where'd you hear that? Because nobody on Earth has any extraterrestrial material. ET is not coming here. They never have. It's all complete and utter rubbish. Anyway, I think that'll do for now. Other than saying that some of the big names in this, you know, Coulthard and Nolan and, you know, Grush, should be ashamed of themselves, because they must know they're peddling an absolute load of bloody rubbish. And Grush is now saying, oh, Senator Harry Reid said this, that and the other, because he knows Harry Reid's dead. And Harry Reid can't get in front of a camera and say Grush is talking rubbish. I think I've shown in one of my previous videos, and I'll show it again. There's an independent newspaper article where Senator Harry Reid is saying, you know, he's disappointed with the Pentagon program not being able to identify these things because he knows they're Russian. And he knows they know they're terrestrial adversarial. Crazy. All right. Well, thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll get another video out before too long. Something a little more interesting, something with a bit more evidence, you know, to show that this is all complete, this ET stuff.